Ever wonder how legends like Michael Jordan soared to greatness? It wasn't just his solo efforts. It was his team that propelled him to success. Have you ever pondered what truly distinguishes a good team from a great one? In the dynamic realm of product management, the challenge of building a remarkable team is more than just assembling a group of skilled individuals. A team's success is a result of meticulous planning and execution. Ready to transform your team? Let's dive in. Hi, my name is Anil Jaisingh. I'm a certified Scrum trainer with Scrum Alliance, chief product owner of Concepts and Beyond, and an adjunct faculty with NYU's graduate program of product management. Michael Jordan is a name synonymous with basketball excellence. Didn't achieve his legendary status alone. His journey highlights the essence of teamwork. Let's start with Phil Jackson, often referred to as a Zen master. He was more than a coach. He was a visionary. His unique approach to coaching was heavily influenced by Eastern philosophy. Phil brought a new dimension to the game. Jackson's greatest contribution to Jordan's career was introducing him to a team-first philosophy. He taught Jordan the importance of mindfulness and being present, both on and off the court. This helped Jordan develop a deeper understanding of the game, seeing it not just as a series of physical challenges, but as a mental and spiritual journey as well. Jackson's strategies emphasize the importance of each player's role, fostering a strong, cohesive team dynamic where Jordan could thrive. Secondly, Tim Grover's role in Michael Jordan's career was pivotal in terms of physical training and mental fortitude. He didn't just focus on Jordan's athleticism, he focused on building his mental resilience. Grover's training regimen was tailored to Jordan's specific needs, emphasizing injury prevention and overall health before advancing to the more rigorous physical challenges. This approach ensured Jordan's longevity in the sport. Moreover, Grover instilled in Jordan the importance of emotional intelligence, helping him to manage stress and maintain focus during high-pressure moments. This holistic approach to training contributed significantly to Jordan's ability to perform consistently at an elite level. And the final person in Jordan's team is Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's synergy with Michael Jordan on the court was a cornerstone of Chicago Bulls' success. Pippen was not just a supporting player. He was an integral part of the Bulls' strategy. His versatility as a player allowed Jordan more freedom on the court. Pippen could take on defensive responsibilities, allowing Jordan to focus on scoring. Offensively, Pippen's playing-making skills and ability to read the game complemented Jordan's style perfectly, creating a dynamic and unpredictable offense. This partnership was crucial in critical moments, particularly in the playoffs and finals, where their combined skills led the Bull to multiple championships. How does this translate to product management? Now consider the Venn diagram of human, business, and technology. A good product manager needs to have the skills of all the three and needs to be the center of the Venn diagram. Having said that, anybody who's good in all of these is also a unicorn. The book Who Not How by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Ben Hardy talks about how being good at everything is similar to being mediocre at everything and not scalable. So find out what you are best at, focus on that, and then invite others who are better than you at other things and bring them to the table. Marty Kagan, who's probably the godfather of product management, said if you're only using your engineers to code, you're probably only getting half of the value. That's also true for product managers, as well as if you're only using product managers to refine your backlog. You're probably only getting half the value. And if you're only using your engineers to push pixels around, you're probably only getting half their value. The more we can bring everybody together into one cross-functional team, the more likely we are to build great products. Take the example of Northwestern Mutual Life. They took an innovative approach by including at least one non-stakeholder in each cross-functional team. This meant bringing in individuals who weren't directly involved in the project's core area. For instance, a team working on a financial product might include someone from a completely different department, like marketing or IT. The idea was to introduce fresh perspectives and skills that wouldn't normally be part of the conversation. This diversity of thought led to more creative solutions and a broader understanding of potential challenges and opportunities. It was a strategy that mixed financial expertise with insights from other domains, enhancing the problem-solving process and leading to more innovative products. Or Apple for the iPhone. Apple brought together experts from various fields. This team included designers focused on the aesthetics, user interface, and overall user experience of the iPhone. They were responsible for the groundbreaking design that set the iPhone apart. Engineers that worked on the technical aspects, ensuring that the phone's hardware and software work seamlessly together. They were pivotal in integrating advanced features into a user-friendly device. Marketeers developed strategies to successfully introduce the iPhone to the market. They understood customer needs and preferences, helping position the iPhone not just as a phone, but as a lifestyle choice. Or Nokia's approach involved gathering individuals with diverse global experiences, which included scientists, which brought in depth of knowledge, new and emerging technologies contributing to innovative features and functionality. Engineers that provided the technical know-how how to turn these innovative ideas into practical, workable solutions. Leaders with cross-functional experiences. These were individuals who had experience working in various roles and locations, bringing a unique understanding of different markets and customer needs. This combination of design, engineering, and marketing expertise was critical in creating a product that not only was technologically advanced, but also immensely appealing to consumers. The lessons are clear. Success is not just the product of individual brilliance, but the result of collaborative effort, skills, and shared goals. For a product manager, the role transcends beyond managing tasks. It involves being a visionary leader who can unite a diverse group of talents towards a common purpose, much like a skilled coach leading a champion sports team. So what do you need to do to create a great product team? Start with purpose. In his book, Start With Why, Simon Sinek explores the concepts of starting with why when inspiring action and leadership. Sinek highlights the importance of understanding and communicating the why behind one's actions rather than just focusing on the what or how. Let's start with Apple. Simon Sinek uses Apple as an example to illustrate the concept of starting with why. He ponders why Apple, a computer company, just like its competitors, consistently stands out as innovative and has a successful brand. Have you wondered why? Well, traditional marketing and communication often focuses on the what and how aspects. A typical message might be, we make great computers. They are beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? The approach is uninspiring. Apple, on the other hand, communicates its purpose and beliefs before talking about its product. Their message is, everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? By leading with their why and focusing on their core belief in challenging the status quo, Apple has been able to create a loyal customer base that extends beyond just buying computers. People buy into Apple's vision, and this is what sets them apart. A second example in Simon Sinek's book is Sinek uses Martin Luther King as an example to demonstrate how great leaders inspire action by starting with why. He points out that Martin Luther King wasn't the only person who suffered in a pre-civil rights America, nor was he the only great orator of his time. Yet, he led the civil rights movement successfully. King's why was his deeply held belief in equality and justice. He had a clear purpose and cause that inspired people to join him in his efforts. By communicating his why and his vision of a more just society, Martin Luther King was able to mobilize masses of people who shared his beliefs, leading to significant social change. Sinek also used the example of Wright brothers to further emphasize the importance of starting with why. He contrasts Wright brothers with Samuel Pierpont Langley, who was pursuing powered flight during the same era. Langley's motivation was primarily driven by a desire for personal fame and riches. He was in pursuit of the result, not a greater purpose. In contrast, the Wright brothers were driven by a cause and a belief that powered flight would change the world. They had a clear why. Their team, despite having fewer resources and educational qualifications, worked tirelessly because they shared the belief in Wright brothers' vision. Eventually, the Wright brothers achieved power manned flight on December 17, 1903. And their success was the result of the strong why. In all of these examples, the product managers, leaders, organizations started with a clear and inspiring why or purpose. This why served as their driving force that attracted teams who believed in the same cause and led to the remarkable success and impact. Number 2 is psychological safety. You might have heard of Project Aristotle from Google. They spent a couple of years studying their teams, trying to crack the code of what makes a team truly successful. Initially, Google thought the more Stanford engineers and PhD holders they packed into a team, the more successful it would be. Makes sense, right? But here's the twist. They found that these factors weren't the secret sauce to a winning team. So what did Google find? The top factor for team success was psychological safety. Now, this doesn't mean safety goggles and lab coats. It's about creating an environment where team members feel safe enough to be themselves. It's being able to say, hey, I messed up, or I got this wild idea without worrying about being judged or shot down. Psychological safety is crucial because it lets everyone in the team feel comfortable enough to take risks, voice their opinion, and be open about their mistakes. It's about fostering a culture where diverse ideas are welcomed and challenging the status quo isn't just allowed but encouraged. This kind of environment leads to more innovation, better problem solving, and ultimately a more successful team. This discovery led Google to make some major changes. They stopped focusing solely on technical expertise and brain power in the hiring process. Instead, they began valuing qualities that foster psychological safety, like empathy, openness, and the ability to embrace new challenges and ideas. So what's the takeaway for us? Whether you're leading a team or part of one, remember that success isn't just about skills or qualification. It's about creating a space where everyone feels safe and valued for who they are and what they bring to the table. The third one is motivation. So you probably heard about Daniel Pink and his eye-opening research with MIT, right? If you haven't, here's the gist. He wrote this book called Drive, which flips the script on what really gets our motivational gears turning. And if you're more of a TED Talk fan, he's got that covered too. I have a link to the TED Talk in the description below. We used to think that if you throw enough money at people, they'll be more creative and driven. Sounds logical, right? But here's the curveball. That's not really how our brains work. Once you pay someone fairly, adding more cash to the pot doesn't necessarily make them more innovative. Pink's research boiled it down to 3 big motivators. The first one is autonomy. This is about wanting to direct our own lives. When people get to make choices about their work, their engagement level shoots up. It's like choosing your own adventure in your workplace. The second one is mastery. This one is all about a desire to get better at stuff. It's why you're watching this video or why you want to learn to play the guitar just for the love of it. We all want to be masters of our craft. And the third one is purpose. Ever want to be part of something bigger than yourself? That's purpose. It's about doing work that matters, that makes a difference. The fourth one is leading teams. Now, if you're leading a team or a product, this stuff is golden. It means shifting from the old school authoritative style to something more empowering. The best teams today, they operate on what's called delegative or autonomous leadership. Here, you as a leader still set the direction, but the nitty-gritty decisions, they are made by the teams. This approach works wonders, especially in creative and knowledge-driven fields. But wait, autonomy doesn't mean anarchy. It's not a free-for-all. The trick is to balance autonomy with accountability. It's like having a team of explorers who know the destination but choose their own path to get there. This is where aligned autonomy comes in. Teams still have the freedom to make decisions, but they're still moving towards a common goal. In a traditional setup, goals trickle down from the top. But in an autonomous team, it's more of a conversation. You set the big picture goals, then let the teams figure out how they can contribute. This not only gives teams a sense of ownership, but also gives you, the leader, a clearer picture of what's truly achievable. So there you have it. Motivation isn't just about dangling carrots or bonuses. It's about giving people the freedom to choose, the opportunity to grow, and a reason to care. Let's lead our team not just to work, but to love it and own it. Let's look at some leadership styles. There are 3 leadership styles: authoritative, delegative, and participative. Each have its own flavors. The first one is authoritative. This is your classic leader at the helm approach. You're setting the course, making the decisions, and your team follows your lead. It's like being the captain of the ship. You know the waters, you can chart the course. Delegative. Here's where you loosen the reins. You provide the vision and the goals, but leave the how-to to your team. It's like being a coach rather than a player, guiding, motivating, but letting the team run the play. And the third one is participative. This style is not about collaboration. You're not just leading, you're actively getting input from your team, making decisions together. It's like being part of a band where everybody jams together to create a hit song. The trick is knowing when to switch between these styles. Use authoritative when quick decisions are needed and the team is new and needs clear direction. Switch to delegative when your team is experienced and can handle more freedom. And third, go participative when the situation calls for diverse ideas and collective problem solving, just like in design, creative, and knowledge-driven work. Empathy also plays a big role here. It's about understanding your team's needs, strengths, and areas for growth. It's listening, adapting, and sometimes even stepping back to let others shine. Finally, the fifth one is play an infinite game. In his book Infinite Games, Simon Sinek shares a story about speaking at the Microsoft Summit, where he heard leaders present and most of the leaders spent talking about how to beat Apple. Simon was also invited to speak at an Apple Summit, and he heard the Apple leaders speak all the time about how to help teachers teach and how to help students learn. One was obsessed with where they were going, and the other was obsessed with their competition. Finite games are like football. There is a clear winner and a clear loser. In an infinite game, the player understands sometimes they're going to be ahead of the competition and sometimes behind. Instead of focusing on the competition, focus on how you and your team can serve the customer and maximize value. Building a strong, cohesive team is the cornerstone of success in product management. Integrating the principles of psychological safety, motivation, adaptive leadership, and a focus on outcomes can transform an average team into an extraordinary one. If you want to learn how to build a kick-ass product team, join our Advanced Certified Scrum Product Owner course. It's more than just training. It's an investment so that you can cultivate a high-performing team that can navigate the complexities of today's market. Don't let your team fall behind. The course offers essential skills and insights for immediate application, giving you and your team a competitive edge in this ever-changing environment. Start your journey today and lead your team to new heights of success. The links for all the books that I mentioned in this video are in the description, as well as a link to our Advanced Product Owner Workshop starting soon. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe button to see more videos like these. We'll see you next time.